Okay, so look at the formula of index cost of acquisition. The formula of cost of index cost of acquisition is, first you have to take cost of acquisition, you have to multiply with CII. That means cost inflation index, which will be available in the question. Suppose CII of year of transfer is 1819. Year of transfer means when you are transferring your asset. Now I already told you what is the definition of transfer. Transfer can be exchange, transfer can be relinquishment, transfer can be sale. So when are you transferring your asset? Suppose in 1918, 1819. So 1819, the CII is 280 rupees. The CI, not rupees, but it is index. It is the ratio that has been provided to us. So 280. So here you will write 280 into CII of year of transfer upon divided by CII of year of acquisition. Suppose you purchased your house property in the year 1314 and you're selling it in the year 1819. So common sense, it is a long-term property, no? More than 3 years, no? House property. Okay. So suppose you purchase this house property in the year 1314. Purchase means acquisition. So you need to see the year of acquisition. The year of acquisition is in 1314. The year of acquisition is 1314. And you don't have to write the year 1314. You have to write CII of that year. So what is CII of that year? 220. So cost of acquisition is, suppose the cost of acquisition is 5 lakhs. Suppose you purchased house property for 5 lakhs. So 5 lakhs into 280 divided by 220. This is how you will calculate your indexed cost of acquisition. Is it easy? Is it easy now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Same
ma'am.
way. Yes. Same way you have to apply cost of, what to say, cost of improvement. Indexed cost of improvement. Same formula, same. Only instead of acquisition, you will write improvement. So what is the formula of index cost of improvement? Cost of improvement into CII of year of transfer. Transfer means this year we transferred, no? Suppose 1819. So 1819 we transferred. Previous year, suppose 1920 previous year. So we transferred in the previous year. So you will write 1920 ka CII divided by CII of year of improvement. In which year you did the improvement? That has to be written. Okay. Did you understand? Now see, what is given here is very important. For post April 1981 assets, जो assets आपकी April 1981 के बाद की हैं, please listen very carefully. The assets which are after purchased after acquisition, it is asking for acquisition, it is informing you for the acquisition. So if you have acquired the asset after, post means after 1st April 1981, indexation starts with the year with which asset is held, irrespective of the year in which cost is paid. For pre-April asset, CII of the year is in which sale price is received. That means he is saying you that suppose your asset is after 1981. After 1981 means whatever is the cost will be taken. In the indexation starts with the year from which asset is held. Means suppose your asset was held in the year, suppose you purchased your property in the year 2009 and 10. So 2009 and 10 में 2009 and 10 का इंडेक्सेशन लेने का, अगर एसेट 1981 के बाद की है, if the asset is after 1981, then the indexation will be taken according to the year in which you purchased your property. Suppose you purchased your property in 2009 and 10. So 2009 and 10 का CII कितना है? 140. That will be taken. That will be taken. Okay. अगर वो प्रॉपर्टी प्री अप्रैल 1981 की है, एसेट, वो जो एसेट है वो अप्रैल 1981 के पहले की है, प्री मतलब पहले, So CII for the year in which sale price is received. मतलब जब आपको सेल प्राइस रिसीव हुई है ना, तब का आपको CII लेना है. ओके, क्वेश्चंस आप सॉल्यूशन करोगे ना तब ज़्यादा क्लियर हो जाएगा. अभी के लिए सिर्फ आप समझ के ले लीजिए. इंडेक्सेशन एंड्स विद द ईयर इन विच एसेट इज ट्रांसफर्ड. ये तो अभी अभी हमने डिस्कस किया. ट्रांसफर हो गई ना, अभी हमारी एसेट तो ट्रांसफर हो गई, सेल हो गई, तो इंडेक्सेशन भी खत्म हो जाएगा. Okay. Same index applies for all 12 months of particular financial year. No pro rata adjustment is done depending upon the month in which asset is acquired. मतलब suppose 2009 and 10. Suppose for 2009 and 10, the indexation was 148. So all throughout the year of 9 and 10, for every month, 148 is available. It will not be as 148 will be divided by 12. No, you will take 148 for every month of the year 2009 and 10. Okay. Okay. Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So now we will begin with short-term capital gain practical questions. Let me open the question. Yes. Look at this question now. Mr. Manoj is a member of MGA HUF. It is a name of HUF, MGA HUF. The HUF purchased a flat for 90,000, for rupees 90,000 on 1st April 2014. When the flat was purchased, flat comes in house property, okay? So it comes in non-financial asset, and non-financial assets are to be calculated according to 36 months. Only then we will be able to understand, is it for, I mean, it is for long-term capital gain or for short-term capital gain. Okay, for the holding period has to be calculated according to 36 months, because flat comes in house property comes in non-financial assets. So HUF means Hindu Undivided Family Business, purchased a flat for rupees 90,000 on 1st April 2014. There was a complete partition of HUF on 1st November 2015. And flat was allotted to Manoj. Okay, after that partition, the flat was allotted to Manoj. Manoj, he must be he must be a family member. Okay, therefore he is given a flat of the same flat that he has been given was on 1st November 2015. Now he sells the flat on 15th March 2017. He sells the flat on 15th March 2017. Okay, determine the amount of chargeable capital gains in the case of Manoj. Now Manoj is selling, no? Whoever will sell the property will become assessee. So name of assessee will become Mr. Manoj. Why? Why? Because he is selling the property. And because he is selling the property, the tax will also be paid by Mr. Manoj only. So who is going to pay the tax? The one who is going to pay the tax will become assessee. I hope you understand. I hope you remember the definition of assessee. Assessee means who has to pay the tax. Somebody who has to
Yes,
pay to the government or receive from the government becomes assessee. Now here Manoj is selling the property. So Manoj is earning the income from the property. Because he is earning the income, therefore he will be liable to pay the tax, no, from that particular income. Therefore he is assessee now. HUF is not assessee. Mr. Manoj is at SSC, and now he is individual. He is not a member of HUF. HUF is part. Now HUF has become party. But that means the HUF is undergoing the partition on 1st November 2015. After 1st November 15, no, 1st November 2015, HUF does not exist, because already that has been that has undergone partition. Okay, are you able to understand?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, now The period of holding, the first step before even starting your solution, the first step is to think in your mind whether it is short term or long term. Because if it is short term, then CII will not be available and it is not to be used. And if it is long term, CII will be used. So before even starting your solution, you will have to think before, I mean, you will have to think about period of holding. Now, period of holding starts from when the house property was purchased. The house property was purchased from 1st April 2014. It was purchased on 1st April 2014 and it is sold on 15th March 2017. Sold means transferred. So the date of transfer is 15th March 2017 and the property was purchased on 1st April 2014. Can you tell me it is more than 3 years or it is less than 3 years or it is equals to 3 years?
Ma'am, less than 3 years.
It is exactly less than 3 years? Yes. 15 days कम हो गए. 15th March 2017 को बेचा ना.
Yes, ma'am.
15 days कम हो गए ना 3 years में. समझ आ रहा है आपको? 15th March 2017 and 1st April 2014. So you have to calculate. See, 1st April 2014 to 1st April 31st March 2015. It is 1 year. Then 1st April 2015 to 31st March 2016. It is 2nd year. Okay. 1st April 2016 to 31st March 2017. 3 years. But he is not selling on 31st March. No. He is selling the property on 15th March, 15 days before the completion of 3 years. 15 days before the completion of 3 years, he is selling off the property. Now that house property, that flat has been sold on 15th March 2017. That means the period of holding is less than 3 years. If it is less than 3 years, then the format has to be applied for short-term capital gain. Write down, I will tell you. Write down the name of assessee. Write down the information that we always write before even starting the question. I mean, solution. 5 things are to be written. I hope you remember. Write down name of assessee, Mr. Manoj. Legal status, individual. Now he is individual. You will not write member of HUF because after partition we are selling the property, no? Okay, individual. Next, previous year, 1920. Assessment year, 2021. ओके सो यहाँ पे अभी देखो डेट्स जो दी हुई है ना वो 2014, ये पुराना बुक है, इसके लिए 2014 दिया है. अदरवाइज हमको ये कैसे दिया होगा? 2017 को आप पकड़ो, 2019. 15th March 2020 दिया रहेगा. सॉरी 20. देखो जब क्वेश्चन पेपर में ये क्वेश्चन आएगा ना तो कैसे आएगा? ये जो डेट दी हुई है ना 1st April 2014, तो ये दिया जाएगा 1st April 2017 और ये दिया जाएगा 15th March 2020 क्योंकि हमारा प्रीवियस ईयर क्या है? 1920 ना. सो 1920 के हिसाब से क्वेश्चन पूछा जाएगा. ठीक है, बस वो ईयर को आप ध्यान में रखो. अभी तो हम सम इसके हिसाब से ही करेंगे. वैसे भी ईयर इसलिए इम्पोर्टेंट है क्योंकि होल्डिंग पता चलता है, पीरियड ऑफ होल्डिंग. अब पीरियड ऑफ होल्डिंग पता चल गया, लेस देन 3 इयर्स है तो शॉर्ट टर्म है. चलो आ जाओ, सम शुरू करेंगे. लिखिए फुल वैल्यू ऑफ कंसिडरेशन, पर्टिकुलर्स, इनर कॉलम एंड आउटर कॉलम. आई नीड 3 कॉलम्स. So start under particulars, you have to write full value of consideration. Full value of consideration means when Manoj sells the property, sells the flat, how much did he earn from that sale, from that particular flat? How much did he earn? See, how much did he sell the property for?
1,70,000.
Very good, very good. Write down 1,70,000 outer column. 1,70,000 outer column. Next. Now, first step is done. Full value of consideration. Three different expenses are to be deducted. Write down less transfer expenses. Less transfer expenses. Is it there in the question? Stamp duty, registration, transfer expenses. Is it there given in the? No. So what?
No, ma'am.
Inner column nil. You have to write, and then you have to do, and then you have to what to say? Put as, show it as nil in the inner column. Next, less cost of acquisition. Is it given in the question? Did you purchase the property? And the cost of purchasing the property, is it given in the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. How much HUF purchased this property for?
90,000.
90,000. So you will write in the inner column 90,000. Directly 90. No CII is available. And you don't have to use CII even if it is available, because it is short term. See, even if they give you CII, it will be for confusion. It is just to make you confuse. You need to check if CII is given. It does not mean that it is for long term. No. Please try to understand. If CII is given, it does not mean it is for long term. No. You need to check the period of holding. And if it is for short term, even if the CII is given, you have to ignore, because they are confusing you. It is just given for the confusion. Okay. Now the cost of acquisition. Cost of acquisition is 90,000 and directly 90,000 in the inner column. No, nothing formula has to be applied. No formula has to be applied. Okay, 90,000 has to be written in the brackets. No, sorry, in the inner column. In the inner column. Okay, next. Less cost of improvement. Is it given in the question?
No, ma'am.
Suppose you renovated your house and 20,000 was paid. So is it given in the question something like that? No. So inner column nil. Less cost of improvement, inner column nil. So tell me, in the inner column, how many expenses are there? Nil, 90,000, nil. So add all three expenses and come in the outer column. Add all these three expenses. So nil, 90,000 and nil. How much the outer column will be for?
90,000.
90.
90,000.
Now bring this
Bracket.
90,000 in the outer column, bracket. Very good. Bring this 90,000, which is the total of all three expenses, in the outer column and put it in the bracket. Why we need to put it in the bracket? Because it has to be deducted from the selling price. What was the selling price?
1,70,000.
Very good. So 1,70,000 minus 90,000. What is your final answer?
80,000.
80,000 is your short-term
80,000.
capital gain or short-term capital loss?
Gain, ma'am.
Very
Short-term capital gain.
So write down the heading of 80,000. Short-term capital gain. That's it. See how easy the sum is. It comes for 5 marks. See how easy to score 5 marks. Isn't it? Isn't it easy?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So next question. See, look at the next question. Mr. Rahul purchased a residential flat. Now Rahul is purchasing a residential flat on 2nd May 2015. 2nd May 2015. So you have to consider 2nd May 2008. क्या बोलना चाहिए अभी इसको 18 बोलना चाहिए ठीक है 18 बोलेंगे हम इसको 2nd May 2018 assume करिए इसको for rupees 10 lakhs. Mr. Rahul purchased a residential flat on 2nd May 2018 for rupees 10 lakhs. He paid on same day, the stamp duty and registration fees, charges of rupees 48,750 on purchase of flat. Okay, so registration and stamp duty are included in the cost, no? Registration duty, stamp duty while purchasing. You will include in the cost. So my total cost is not 10 lakhs. It is 10 lakhs 48,750. If you purchase house property for 10 lakhs and if you pay stamp duty, registration charges 48,750. Now, if your father is asking you how much did you spend for purchasing this residential flat, you will say 10 lakhs 48,750 because the registration and stamp duty is also included in the cost of acquisition. It is your purchasing cost, no? While purchasing, you incurred registration charges, no? So therefore, your cost will become 10 lakhs 48,750. It is not 10 lakhs. Please keep it in mind. Okay. He sold the flat. Now he is selling the flat. He sold the flat on 17th April 2019. Consider this as 19. For rupees 12 lakhs. How much he is selling for? Rupees 12 lakhs. The cost of inflation, I told you, see, CII will be given in the question sometimes. But if CII is given, it does not mean that it is for long term only. No. Maybe they are giving it to just confuse all the students. Okay, so you need to check. Okay, let us read. CII is available for financial year 18 and so 15 and 16 you have to consider 18 and 19. 939 rupees. Sorry, it is not rupees, it is index ratio. And for financial year 1920 is 1024. So compute is capital gain chargeable to tax for assessment is 1780. Now please check assessment year हमारा 2021 है, प्रीवियस ईयर हमारा 1920 है, ठीक है। तो अब आपको ये ध्यान देना है कि ये शॉर्ट टर्म है कि लॉन्ग टर्म है। आप मुझे बता सकते हैं शॉर्ट टर्म है कि लॉन्ग टर्म है? देखो, ये प्रॉपर्टी कब खरीदी थी? 2018 में। कब बेची? 2019 में। ये जो फ्लैट है ये कौन सा है? फाइनेंशियल एसेट में आता है कि नॉन फाइनेंशियल एसेट्स में आता है? फ्लैट कम्स इन फाइनेंशियल एसेट और नॉन फाइनेंशियल एसेट्स? Come on.
फाइनेंशियल एसेट।
फाइनेंशियल एसेट होता है ये फ्लैट?
नॉन फाइनेंशियल एसेट।
यस, नॉन फाइनेंशियल एसेट
होता है वो चीज है।
शुभम, तू थोड़ा ध्यान से आंसर करना बेटा। सुनो, फ्लैट हमेशा हाउस प्रॉपर्टी से रिलेटेड होता है और हाउस प्रॉपर्टी फाइनेंशियल एसेट थोड़ी होता है। फाइनेंशियल एसेट मीन शेयर्स, डिबेंचर्स, बॉन्ड्स, ये फाइनेंशियल एसेट थोड़ी है।
कंफ्यूज हो गया था थोड़ा।
ओके, ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम। ये नॉन फाइनेंशियल एसेट है एंड इफ इट इज नॉन फाइनेंशियल एसेट, अच्छा ये वैसे किसने आंसर दिया नॉन फाइनेंशियल एसेट? शिवम ने आंसर दिया। वेरी गुड शिवम। ओके, चलो, वेरी गुड जॉब। अच्छा, अगर ये नॉन फाइनेंशियल एसेट है देन इट हैज टू बी कंसिडर्ड अकॉर्डिंग टू 36 मंथ्स। टेल मी, इज इट हेल्ड फॉर लेस देन 36 मंथ्स और मोर देन 36 मंथ्स?
Ma'am, less than 36 months.
Yes, because you are purchasing it in the year 2018 and you are selling it in the year 2019. So it is short term. Because it is short term, the format of short term has to be applicable. Has to be applied. Okay, start with the format. Write down Mr. Assessee. Name of assessee Mr. Rahul. Name of assessee Mr. Rahul. Legal status individual. Write down fast. Legal status individual. Previous year 1920. Assessment year 2021. PAN card number nil. Write down. Particulars inner column and outer column. 3 columns has to be made. Now write down full value of consideration. Can you tell me the house property was sold for how much? For how much the house property was sold for? How much the house property was sold for?
12 lakh.
Very good.
12 lakh.
Yes, very good. So that will become my full value of consideration in the outer column. Show the amount in the outer column. Write down full value of consideration, outer column 12 lakhs. Now write down less cost of transfer या फिर आप उसको लिख सकते हैं transfer expenses. It is one and the same thing. If you write transfer expenses or if you write cost of transfer, it is one and the same thing. Okay, less cost of transfer. Is it given in the question? You will say yes, ma'am, it is given in the question. Stamp duty, registration fees. But it is not that cost of transfer. Transfer means sell करना. ये sell करने के टाइम पे expenses नहीं किए थे, ये purchase करने के टाइम पे expenses किए थे. So it is not transfer expenses. It is cost. It is included in the cost of acquisition because the registration and the stamp duty was purchased while purchasing the property. Stamp duty and registration charges were paid while purchasing the property. So it is included in the cost of acquisition. Acquisition means purchasing. Okay. So transfer expense is given in the question. Yes or no?
No.
No. So put it in the inner column nil. छोटा वो डैश लगाकर हाइफन लगाकर छोड़ सकते हो उसको. ठीक है. Transfer expenses nil. Write down the next. Less cost of acquisition.
आते उसको छोड़ के
Less cost of acquisition. Mute.
चाहिए आप लोग ये वर्किंग में दिखाना चाहिए आप लोग सब करके ये पर्टिकुलर थिंग को सॉल्व करना जैसे आप लोग एंड ऐसा करते हैं.
Okay, less cost of acquisition. Now make a bracket. Cost of acquisition के नीचे below the cost of acquisition make one bracket. Write down 10 lakhs plus 48,750. There are two different costs. One that I have purchased the house property for 10 lakhs and another registration charges are paid for the flat. 48,750. So 10 lakhs plus 48,750. Total amount of cost is
10,48,750.
very good. And that has to be written in the inner column. 10 lakhs 48,750. Because both are included in the cost of acquisition. 10 lakhs 48,750. Okay. Now next, less cost of improvement. Less cost of improvement. So can you tell me, is it given in the question? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
No. So simply nil. Simply nil. Now tell me, there are three different expenses, cost. There are three different costs. So from that, first is nil, second is 10,48,750 and third is also nil. So what has to be shown in the outer column, the total cost? Tell me the total cost will be
Ma'am, 10,48,750
See,
bracket.
the same way they have also written. In the outer column, it has to be written 10,48,750 in the bracket. In the bracket. So, it has to be deducted from the selling price. And the selling price means full value of consideration. What was full value of consideration?
12 lakh, ma'am.
Very good. So 12 lakhs minus 10 lakhs 48,750. So tell me, is it short-term capital gain or short-term capital loss?
Ma'am, short-term capital gain 1,58,250.
Very good. 1,50,000. कितना बोला? 1,51,000 ना?
Yes, ma'am.
250. Okay. So remember, you always have to write down a note. What note? Since the capital, see, it is written in the question here also. Look at the screen. Since the capital asset is held for less than 36 months, therefore it is short-term capital asset. Therefore it is short-term capital asset. This note has to be written in the first question also. Since the asset is held for less than 36 months, it is short-term capital asset. Write down, I'm waiting for you. Write down. That means you have to inform. Why did you calculate short-term capital gain? Because it is short-term capital asset. And because it is short-term capital asset, you calculated short-term capital gain. You need to inform them. And how it is short-term capital asset? Because the asset is held for less than 36 months.
Ma'am, done.
Done? Very good. Good job. Okay. Anyways, I think we are done. हम कल कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं क्योंकि अभी मैंने कोई क्वेश्चन लॉन्ग टर्म का शुरू भी किया ना तो अभी पूरा नहीं हो पाएगा. तो आई थिंक वी शुड कंटिन्यू टुमारो. ओके.
Okay, ma'am.
तो हम लोग कल कंटिन्यू करते हैं. आप तब तक थोड़ा बहुत रिविजन कीजिए एंड यही सम्स को एक बार फिर से चाहिए तो प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं और फिर कल कंटिन्यू करेंगे. ओके. शुड
Bye,
आई
ma'am.
एंड द लेक्चर? ओके. ओके. बाय.